Sure. Ready?
Yeah.
My name is Jeffrey Gilden, Gilden.
Great. All right.
All right, you want to look at me?
Yeah, you're just gonna be talking with her.
Just a casual conversation.
Yep.
All right, earphones off, right? Great. Well, thanks for helping us out today.
My pleasure.
Just to get started, can you tell us what your role is with the Conservatory in the summer intensive program?
Sure. I'm a visiting advisor or facilitator from New York, working with the students on preparing the libretto for the opera that they're going to be writing.
Excellent. And how long have you been involved with the intensive?
This is my third year. I was here 2 years ago when we wrote an opera on Penrose, and last year when we wrote a more original opera from the minds of the kids called Recollections. This is my third year.
Perfect. How did you get involved?
Well, I teach with Roger Ames, who's the composer in residence for the program. We teach together out in Great Neck in New York, and Roger's been affiliated with the program for about 6 years, and he called me on board a couple of years ago to work with the libretto.
Very nice. Can you touch a little bit on what the students are learning through the program?
Sure. Well, this year we started, before we even had an idea, with a little bit of a lyric writing workshop to get to some of the nitty-gritty about rhyme schemes and scansion and metaphors and hooks and I want songs and stuff like that. And then as we began to develop the opera based on Palmer that we're writing this year, we isolated some very specific plot moments and theme moments, and we've been working on developing lyrics that get that across. So some of it is just about metaphor and theme, and then the rest of it is the execution of that and the revision of that, which is the most painful part.
I'm sure. It sounds like the kids are doing a ton of work throughout the entire program.
Yeah, I mean, not just for this opera, but everything. They're working roughly 14 hours a day from beginning to end with relatively brief meal breaks. And in their downtime, they have to memorize lyrics and lines and dance steps and all of that. So it is pretty tough. When they're writing the opera, most of the time they're working in small groups to prepare stuff, and then we kind of move from whatever it is that they're developing there into the presentation process. They present to the entire program, and then they go back and revise based on the comments they've received from the other students and from us. So, yeah.
Why do you think that this type of a program is so important to have available for the students?
I think that the most significant thing is ownership. It's that it really is theirs. You know, as facilitators, we're guiding them, we're giving them things to do, but most of what they're doing is springing from their own hearts and their own souls. Even though, for the opera, even though they've been given a topic to write about, they're trying to find the universal in the specific that's associated with Palmer. And in doing that, they're really bringing their own selves and their own souls to the piece. And even when they're dancing, and even when they're singing pieces from famous operas or musical theater, it's about what they bring to it that makes it work, not about what they're given.
Are there similar programs like this available to students?
I mean, I imagine there are some. I don't think there are any quite like this. The dedication that that this conservatory has to bringing in top-level facilitators and really scouring the country for really great kids to do this work is quite unique.
Can you touch a little bit on why you think arts education is so important because these are all high school students? Right?
Yeah, I think that, everybody loves to talk about that. I just think it's about the soul. Every other education is about the mind, and this is about the soul. And to really develop the heart and to develop compassion and empathy and interaction. Math is important, but it doesn't help you connect with other people in the way that something like this does. And ultimately, it's really not all that much about theater or opera. It's really about forming connections, whether it's a connection with the other people that you're working with to create a piece or to present a piece, but with an audience. That's what this is really all about.
That's excellent. Is there anything you'd like to add about the program?
I'd like to add, I guess, that I mean, you're going to get to talk to some of the kids, and you're going to talk to the other facilitators. But being here in the mountains, I'm from New York, so we don't really have mountains. But being here in the mountains with 18 kids like this who believe in what they're doing with all of their hearts it's just an amazing opportunity. I mean, we don't really see ourselves as teachers, we're facilitators, but every day, I find that, I'm learning stuff from them, probably more than what they're learning from me. So that's a pretty great thing.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Great. I think we have some great stuff.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm around, so if there's anything, sure.